It's 10 o'clock in the morning here on Thursday, February 27th, 2025. I come out here, check on the sheep, feed the dogs, put some protein supplement. It's the cottonseed meal with some minerals in there. Feed that to the cattle. I gave them 20 pounds about. Yesterday I gave them about 30 pounds. I'm probably going to do about 25 pounds a day for, 23 head. Even 48's getting on the action. Bulls are still with the cows. I think I'm going to separate them out tomorrow afternoon when I do the move. I also got sheep still in this row, and I got, I think 2 more sheep moved past the row. So I checked on number 11. She was the one that I filmed yesterday. If you don't know her recent history, so when it got really cold, she got pretty sick. She laid down in the hay. I was able to touch her, which to me was a sign that she was pretty much a goner. But then she got up, she started moving around, she started putting on weight. Right now she has a little bit of bottle jaw, which if you read the internet, it tells you bottle jaw is just a death spell for sheep. But honestly, she seems to be doing pretty good, a lot better than she was, right? And one of the reasons why I do this is I believe a lot of the advice that you hear on the internet is just garbage, right? And if you sit down and read the veterinary books, there's just a lot they don't know about sheep, you know. And I don't have a veterinarian that I can go to or trust or anything like that I can get good answers about, you know, what different things mean and what I'm supposed to do with different stuff, right? And so I'm starting from square one. Since I'm a complete noob at this, and anybody that takes my advice is pretty silly, I think, myself included. But so I'm just seeing what happens, and I'm putting out minerals for the sheep. I have minerals that I bought from Premier One, designed specifically for sheep. I think that's helped them a little bit. It's hard to tell. I didn't used to give them mineral or salt. There was a period of time where I just gave them salt, just straight table salt, you know what I mean, in the form of a block. And then I started supplementing with the Premier One feed at the recommendation of the shepherdess, which I recommend you watch her. She seems to be successful in doing something right, you know. She has a different strategy than me, so if you don't like my strategy, you probably want to ask her what she's doing. So let's see, where was I going with that? So the sheep seem to be doing okay, you know. I don't know that they're fantastic. I don't know that they're doing bad. It's kind of hard for me to tell anyway. You know, I look at a sheep, I just see an animal with 4 legs and a head. And when I first did cattle, I'll tell you this story again. I told my neighbor that I bought the cattle from, I said, look, I know nothing about cattle. I come from the software world, so if you ever see I'm doing something wrong, you know, you need to tell me, because I don't know what I'm doing, you know. And one day he called me and he says, your cows are starving. And I said, huh? I didn't realize, well, I, of course, conceptualized the idea of cows being able to starve, but I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know how to tell. So I spent some time doing research on condition and figured out, my cows are pretty skinny. And so I gave them more land. I got some, as a temporary emergency measure, I got some, cattle cubes from the feed store. I think I was feeding them 100 pounds a day during the drought back in 21, and got some hay, obviously, and started rolling out hay as soon as I could, and just feeding them. And at one point, I think it was 22 when the drought was so bad, because the 21 drought was bad, hay crops were ruined, the price of hay was ridiculous, so I decided to spend even more money and get feed, and I tried feeding them. And I kind of figured out how much they'd eaten in a day, and how much I needed, watch their body condition. And so now I kind of understand. I can look at a cow and say, you're skinny, you're not, right? So Red is a little bit skinny. She's not so skinny that I'm concerned, but she is a little bit skinny. If she's a little fatter, I'd be happy. Blue's a little bit better than Red, but that's not saying much. This bull is doing pretty good. He has some flesh on him. He could be bigger though. And let's see what else we got here. I was looking at number young 20 that gave birth to 48 back in July. And where she's at over there, yeah. I'll just show you what I'm concerned about with her. You know, excuse me. So as you can see, I'm looking at her left side here, which is where you check the triangle. That triangle's a little bit empty. You can see her ribs, you can see her hip bones, you can see her tail isn't really filled in well. She is just skinny. She's not doing well. And if gas and time were free, she'd be at the sale barn right now, because I don't see a reason to keep her, and she'd probably get, you know, pennies on the dollar because of her condition. If I were a guy that had a silo full of feed, I'd be feeding her more, but I'm not doing that, and I'm rolling out as much hay as I possibly can. There's no shortage of hay. I put out the protein supplements and the minerals, you know, so short of force feeding her, there's really not much I can do, and any number of reasons that she can be doing bad, including parasites is one of the many possible reasons. But anyway, that's her. You know, I wasn't planning on keeping her anyway because she's likely going to breed out of cycle. Hey there, that's a bottle lamb. There's another bottle lamb resting in the shade. Right now it's about 60 degrees. There's a wind blowing from the north. I'm trying to protect the phone from the wind, but that works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So otherwise, all the sheep look fine to me. They look great, actually. I actually come upon a sheep who was laying down in the hay next to a cow patty, and I was concerned. I'm like, you know, when I see a bunch of poop next to a sheep that's laying down, that's a bad sign. But it wasn't her poop. So she got up, she was fine. Some of the sheep are a little bit skinny. The ones that are a little bit skinny, I kind of blame their twins. But I do want to breed them here in the next couple of weeks, so I want them to get fat, you know. Now I'm going to hold off the ones that lambed this winter. They're going to be last to breed. So I'm going to take the new ones first that haven't bred yet, put them on the ram for a day, and then eventually we'll get to the ones that already bred, have them go last, you know. But I don't really see any problem with the sheep other than they're on the wrong side of the wire. But, you know, what am I going to do about that? All right, you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.